gallant effort. You guys actually took the lead on Saturday night.
Yeah, you know, we gave ourselves a chance. You know, you win 9 of 11 matches on Saturday. You know, in my past, we usually win a tournament. You know, so I think that was, you know, probably needed 11 out of 11. You know, but no disappointment. You know, I think we had the tournament we needed to have to give ourselves a chance. And, you know, looking back on it, you know, it just wasn't enough this time.
Watching Prairie wins felt pretty cool. A couple of, 5 just tough wins all week.
Yeah, you know, it probably never felt real comfortable out there, but just kind of a gutty effort, and kind of needed to do what he had to do to win matches. You know, so I know what that feels like. I've had to do it before. You know, and a lot of times we don't see those victories when you're feeling a little bit sluggish.
Can you talk about how special this group of kids is?
Well, it's a good group, a lot of good chemistry, trained hard and definitely committed. You know, we wrestled well, you know, and they all wrestled with pretty good intensity and scoring points. You know, 25-pounder went 3 and 2 in wins, and Joey and Fiker, our kid we got wild carded in, won a match, so you know all those points make a difference, and you know, but we need about 5 more.
How much pressure was on Chris Perry to win?
I think there's a lot of pressure. I think, you know, just from his family standpoint and legacy, you know, not just his family and his brother, but probably my family as well. You know, you do as much as you can to try to keep that, you know, pressure away from him, but it's there, you know, and you live through it and you find a way to get through it, you know. So, you know, there was nothing for him to do but win this tournament. You know, he got to the semis last year, got beat, came back, finished 3rd. You know, so I think every one of those extra workouts he put in was the difference this weekend. There's no question.
Does that take pressure off him for next year? Just winning it and knowing that it's in the bag?
I don't know. You know, I think that you know, you know, next year's a different year. You know, and. I don't think he wrestled that bad. I think he wrestled pretty good. You know, got to win tough matches, close matches.
Got a couple, about 2-3 guys to replace Jordan Oliver, I guess.
Well, you know, I think we just start focusing on developing the next Jordan Oliver. You know, that's my thought. Who on my team is going to be a 4-time All-American and wrestle for 4 years above 4th place?
Could be Derringer.
Could be, you know, but need more than that, right?
Yeah. But what about his performance, man?
Crazy
semis, and then really put it on.
You know, he just, you know, he did a good job, and you know, I go back to his habits off the mat. As they improved, everything improved with him. You know, and he is a beast.
He's got like a.
He unleashes.
He seems like he has a very outgoing personality and like almost like very easily excitable. Different than some other guys on the team. Does that contrast help?
I think you always have that combination of people. Mm-hmm. You know, that dynamic, I think, exists every year. But he reminds me a lot of the Johnny Hendricks when it comes to just a little bit of a free bird ready to go.
He's from Ohio State University. Do you think Jordan Oliver losing a 1-minute cradle challenge had anything to do with his win today?
Cradle challenge. Oh yeah, in Stillwater a couple months ago. Well, I think that definitely motivated him. It embarrassed him, I'll tell you that much.
Talking about Jordan Oliver bumping up 2 weight classes.
Yeah, it's a special deal.
Yeah, it is special.
I think what people didn't realize is that over the last month he lost a lot of size.
He did.
When he got his ankle hurt for about 3 weeks. And as you just pick up your training, you know, and anxiety alone, you know, starts ripping that weight off that you're trying to keep on. He really kind of shrunk up in the last month. I was a little bit concerned with it, and I'm going to tell you, he wrestled some beast this weekend. Guys that looked really big and looked, you know, made him look like a 41, 33 pounder still. That's pretty special what he did. I mean, people don't realize it, but you know, moving up 2 weights, you know, there's a big adjustment, and he made it quickly.
Did you know, like, after next season it would be 49, or were you thinking maybe 41?
You know, I think I was focused on maybe his after career, you know, and what weight he needed to be at. With Coleman Scott in the room, and you know, 32 is a beast to get down to. I think he was all game, and he believed he could win it in 49.
So we're going to see him in April at Vegas?
I think so. I just know from the past, sitting out has not helped a lot of people. You know, so you got to muster up the grit to keep training and keep going. You know, it's tough, but if you're not going to do it right, then he needs to take the time off and prepare for next year. But I hope he avoids it.
Earlier in the year when I was up in Stillwater, you said I think we're probably 6th, 7th best team in the country. You guys right in until the end. You took second. Were you underestimating your team, or did they just really help their game?
When I looked at it, you know, from the standpoint of
presenting this award, NWCA President Bob Cole, and the Glory Award goes to
you look at your team, and you look at possible bonus points. Are they aggressive enough? Can they put points on the board? You know, and at that time, you know, we were developing, we're getting better, but I just didn't see it, you know, and as the year went on and seeing that we were separating from several people, and made a difference. And obviously, you know, keeping Z healthy was a key to us. Daringer developing through the year. You know, Blake Rusholt developing through the year. So, you know, a lot of things materialized here for us at the end. And again, you know, it was about winning close matches, and we won our share of close matches. I mean, you know, tight, tough matches. And that's the difference in whether you're going to have a good tournament or a tournament you're not so happy with.
You happy?
You know, it's tough when you get that close. You know,
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2013 Bill Cole.
You know, just thinking of a couple of situations that changed a little bit. But God, my team gave a good effort this weekend, and I can't be disappointed with it. Just you know, second doesn't do a lot for me, but it's respectable for the effort this group gave.